Today we are going to start flags in assembly language. Actually, there are two types of flags. One is control flags, other one is status flags. But control flags are more related to, you can say, the computer organization course. They are not of much use in assembly language. So in our assembly course, we generally study about the status flags only, that are right over here. These are the important status flags that we use. So we will discuss all of them one by one with examples. But firstly, we need to know that why we use flags, what is the advantage of flags, how flags actually work, right? So suppose we are adding two numbers, right? And in assembly we are adding two numbers, and on the screen, on the console, we get the result that is incorrect. Or you can say that while adding some carry occurs, some integer overflow occurs, right? Overflow means out of range value occurs. In that case, not everyone is going to know about the overflows or these incorrect, or you can say the erratic program behavior, right? So in that case, we won't know about what is actually wrong with our code, and like this. And in those kind of situations, the flags act as a signal that tells us that which you can say that operation is going on, what is wrong or what is right with that specific arithmetic operation, right? There are actually multiple flags for multiple you can say for multiple arithmetic operations. Like if there is some overflow occurring, then for that case there is specific flag. If there is if we are getting the result 0, there is a specific flag. And flags only just act as a signal. You can say they are either 1 or they are either 0, right? They are not performing any arithmetic operations on our values or registers. They just are either set, that is 1, or they are clear, that is they are 0. That's the just purpose of flags. We will see it in more details later on. So next we have the first one flag is the carry flag, and what it indicates is unsigned integer overflow. Basically we have two type of numbers, that is signed integers and unsigned integers. Unsigned means the positive integers only, right? And what is overflow? Overflow means out of range value. जब हम उसके स्पेसिफिक रेंज से आगे निकल जाते हैं, उससे हायर वैल्यू आ जाती है, तो वो ओवरफ्लो होता है. एंड अंडरफ्लो होता है कि जब उस स्पेसिफिक रेंज से हम पीछे रह जाते हैं, उससे भी जो एक लिमिट है उससे जब कम वैल्यू आती है, तो वो फिर हमारे पास अंडरफ्लो होता है. ठीक है. सो कैरी फ्लैग हमारे पास तब एक्टिव होता है, या कैरी फ्लैग तब हमारे पास तब 1 हो जाती है इसकी वैल्यू, जब हमारे पास कोई हमने अरिथमेटिक ऑपरेशन सपोज परफॉर्म किया या कुछ मूव किया कहीं पे, किसी डेस्टिनेशन में, किसी रजिस्टर में कुछ भी किया, तो हमारे पास जब भी ओवरफ्लो आ जाता है, आप उसकी रेंज से निकल जाते हैं, देन द कैरी फ्लैग इज सेट 1. Like here, if an instruction has an 8-bit destination, if an instruction has only an 8-bit destination operand, it means that I can move a value of only 8-bit in that destination. If we are going to store any value larger than this 8-bit destination, then there definitely occurs an overflow, right? But the instruction generates a result larger than these 8 ones. The carry flag is set 1, like this, CF equals 1. Okay, so it's quite simple, I guess, that we have to know about you can say the destination, at how many bits it is going to store. Like in 8-bit destination, the range is only from 8 zeros to 8 ones. If there is any value greater than this one, then an 8-bit destination cannot store such a result. In that case, the carry flag is signaling us that an unsigned integer overflow has occurred. Okay, and similar to this one, we have another flag that is also called as overflow flag. And we have to take care of one thing, that this carry flag indicates what? It also indicates overflow, but it indicates unsigned integer overflow. When the number is unsigned, number is positive, carry flag will occur. And when our number is signed, right, signed में पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव नंबर्स दोनों आ जाते हैं. इट कंटेन्स बोथ पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव नंबर्स. सो When this overflow flag indicates signed integer overflow slash underflow. Underflow is what? Below the specific range, and overflow means what? Above the specific range. Right, suppose first we have to recall the formula of range for the sake of signed integers. We have learned this formula many times already. Like if in this formula you put the value as n equals 16, for example, if you put n equals 16 minus 1, this is it going to be in the power, this is again going to be in the power of 2, we get this result. Range is this, from this to this. Any number that is lower than this is called as the underflow, and greater than this is called as the overflow. Right, now come towards this. If an instruction has a 16-bit destination, right, but it generates a negative number smaller than this, you can see now it is what? It is a signed integer underflow, not overflow, because the result is less than the range. Range is what? From this to this. When it is less than the range, overflow flag, that is OF, will become 1. Set means it is 1. 1 indicates that yes, overflow or underflow has occurred. If the overflow flag is 0, it means that there is no overflow or underflow, and the flag is just in the normal condition. Okay, next we have zero flag. This is pretty simple. It indicates that whatever arithmetic operation we are performing on our registers or memory, it is producing the whole result as 0 only. So when we can produce the result 0? Suppose we are you can say that subtracting a number from another number that is of the equal value. Definitely subtracting two equal values gives us the result 0. So whenever we are getting the result as 0, the 0 flag is going to set 1. Okay, it is not going to set 0 because we are getting result 0, so 0 flag becomes 0. No, 0 flag will become 1. This 1 will indicate that yes, the result is 0. Okay, then we have the sign flag. As the name suggests, that whenever we get some negative value, sign is basically for the negative values. Positive, of course, it doesn't need to be given any sign. So the sign flag indicates that operation produced a negative results, and the number is negative or positive. We get to know about that thing through the most significant bit. That is the most leftmost bit is the most significant bit. Okay, if the most significant bit MSB of the destination operand is 1 indicates what? MSB of the most you can say significant bit, or I mean the left side, the most left side. If it is 1, it indicates that our result is going to be negative, and if it is 0, it means our result is going to be positive. But now in this case it is 1, it means that the value is what? Negative. So sign flags is set to 1. If the most significant bit is 0, the sign flag would be also 0, which means that yeah, there is no sign. Okay, next we have the lastly we have the parity flag. Parity flag is quite simple. You can say it just indicates that it is set to 1 when our total number of ones in the arithmetic result is even. Okay, when total number of ones are even, the parity flag is set 1. If the total number of ones are not even, or you can say if the number of ones are odd, parity flag is set to, you can say, 0. For example, here you can see I'm adding two numbers and I'm getting this result. Now count the number of ones: 1, 2 and 3, which means number of ones is what? Odd, which is not even. So when the number of ones are not even, PF is going to be 0, which means that yes, there are no even number of ones. But in this addition we can say we are having two ones. Now 2 is what? It is an even number. So this PF equals 1, it is set to 1, which means that yes, the number of ones in our result are even, right? So that's it for the flags. I hope you're getting it, and thank you so much.